long-term friends of dear Papa. Without further ado, I'll first of all let the head of the delegation individually introduce every one of our esteemed guests so we can be familiar with them. My name is Ayodele Adebanjo, Baba's eldest son. We're ably represented by my sister there, Ayodele, who you know, and my other sister, Ayodele. We are the humble representative of the family today. So I'll hand over to Chief Pete to introduce the eminent guests. Thank you.
Good afternoon. The person that just spoke is the first son of our friend and our leader, Ayodele Adebanjo. This delegation is accompanying Commodore Ebitu Ukiwe to pay respect to our friend and his colleague in the Battle of Nigeria. Ebitu Ukiwe is popularly known as Ochaya Achim, having first been the governor of old Niger State, and then the governor of Lagos State, and then the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is these three legs that qualify him as Ochim, and having attained that rank in the military, qualified him as Ochaya. He is a Jagunla of Lagos State. So this, everybody here is accompanying him to come and visit the family, pay respect to Ayodele Adebanjo, and pay condolences. Everybody here knows your father, our leader, very, very well. And when the incident happened, Ochaya was not readily available in the country. And when he came, he called Ayodele because something happened. About a month ago, I had the privilege to accompany him on this, to come and see how he was faring. He gathered everybody and told Ayodele, if anything happened to me, these are the kind of people you must let know. When he received the news, even though he was away, he made me to call Ayodele and said upon his return, he and his colleagues and friends and brothers will come to pay respect. In that respect, he is the leader of the delegation. Every other person is accompanying him. We are not only Igbos that are here, even majority are Igbos. We have non-Igbo people. Because Ochaya is a nationalist, just as per Adebanjo. Ochaya's immediate right is professor, former minister, father head of NTA, former professor, emeritus, University of Lagos, Professor Walter Ofala. You are the son of the soil. We see you, we have seen him, but we have known that he's not there. So we'll skip him and go to Admiral Alison Madeko, former Chief of Naval Staff, former governor. He's accompanying Ochaya, his colleague, his boss in the hierarchy of naval officers. Come and join, because each time we had a meeting here, he was always here too. By his immediate left is Chief Jerry Chukwueke. Chief Jerry Chukwueke introduced himself, ordinary Lagos boy. He's, even though from Imo State, he lives here in this neighborhood, His business is also in this neighborhood. We have Chief Raymond Ihembe, whom we say it's not everybody's not evil here. He's accompanying Ochara and all of us to pay this respect. We have His Royal Highness Eze John Adebanjo. He's a traditional ruler and head of several market unions in Alaba. He's accompanying us to pay this respect. We have Chief Echeme Ebueme. Chief Ebueme also lives in Lagos and is a fellow Abriba compatriot to Ochara Ochim. We have Chief Nnamdi Oyega, a technocrat. He's always come with us here each time we needed to come and pay homage to your late father. By his immediate left is Captain Sonny Odidison, one of the youngest air pilots of the old Nigeria Airways. In fact, they used to call him Eaglet in the air at that time. He's retired now. Beside him, you have Barrister Ago Imo, member of the delegation. Here we have Chief. He is simply called Chief Oo. His full name is Chief Ongo. Beside him is Chief Modestus. He has come here severally. He knows your father severally. So he is part of the delegation. Beside him is Chief Chevers Akana. He's his fellow Abriba compatriot who must be here to accompany him on this very important visit. Sorry. Chief Anthony Ajaya is also a member of the inner caucus that will always accompany Ajaya for such occasions. This is Orum Eke. He's also a member of the Abriba compatriots. You will permit me to first introduce your older brother. We have Ebitu Oko Udiwe. He's the first-born male child of Ochara Ebitu Udiwe. By his left is his younger brother, Artisan Ebitu Ukiwe. We have Chief Albert Onyeka. Amaka is the room chief. Oh, Obonayoko, I thought you were a very big man. I've been hearing your name. Chief Obonayoko is a fellow compatriot from Abriba who said they must accompany their principal for this visit. I am a recurring decimal in this house. My name is Chief Sidney Dicken. I will hand the microphone back to the heir apparent. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, sir. And we're very humbled by that introduction of very most eminent representatives of the Igbo in Nigeria. I mean, I would say worldwide. I mean, Uncle Vito, as I always call him, you couldn't remember, we used to have meetings in his place back in the day with Baba, so he's no stranger to Baba in this house, and you're most welcome. You've come to your brother's home, you know, and we commiserate with you as well as with families of the late Pa Clark as well, who all sang with you as patriots from the same hymn sheet. Without further ado, sir, let me hand over to your good self, sir, for a few words to our household. Thank you.
Because once he speaks, nobody says a word.
Okay.
We will start from Chief Raymond Yehem.
First of all, let me do our late father, Father Ayodele Adebanjo. Met him a few times, not as a banker, but as a listener. We saw him as a leader, a nationalist, somebody who stood for fairness, for justice, who wanted a better Nigeria, fought for it. For many, many years, we used to admire him, that he was one of the few people still left standing when many others had fallen by the wayside, speaking the truth all the time. Luckily for me, although I didn't meet you, but I met your sister, whom I've known for 20-something years. That I told him out there she was my banker, when she was working with Russia. She was our foreign correspondent bank, and she was very, very helpful. Very straight, very honest, direct, but very helpful. So I'm personally very glad to accompany Ojara to come. Ojara is my boss, he's my mentor, and as I told them earlier, Ojara tells me to come. I know it's going to be a course, a worthy course, but he's of the same strand as the late father. So we pray for the soul of the late father, and pray that you, as the first son, and other children, the daughters, will keep the flag flying. We respect his name, and his name, legacy, will be forever. Thank you.
We finish speaking, then you speak. We call on Chief Jerry Chubu again.
Well, thank you very much. Mine is very short. I join His Excellency for the British Union and with this entire delegation to come to this home of Papa, a man who led an important movement in the Nigerian project. In the Nigerian project, particularly the old cliche of the handshake process. I come from Imo. We have, where I come from, very strong Yoruba community. A Lagos boy, I understand that. So I'm a believer in the project Nigeria and the import of continuing to strengthen the bond and the strategic interest of the south of Nigeria without exclusion of the north, but in particular, in my view, across the Niger approach. So, we've lost Papa, but it's also an opportunity for the new leadership and the important work ahead that is even more urgent than before. So, I yield back. His Excellency, my elders, I can't even believe I'm speaking, while my general and the governor of the old Imo and the old Anambra is right beside me. I have no business even talking here. But I am humbled, and Papa will rest in peace and the work continues.
Professor Ofalagaro will say a few words.
I will. I have to start. So, members of the press who have not seen me for some time, they know why.
My knees are not cooperating, but to show one or the other. We will stand and not sit. I'm really privileged to be part of this delegation to support the visit of Mother former Vice President of Nigeria, a condolence visit. A very special way, a very special figure in Nigerian history. Ayodele Adebanjo was a great nationalist, a great Nigerian, a true believer in the coordinated mutual understanding of Nigerian peoples. My old university in New York, I recall that our title was A Pluribus Unum. Out of many, one. Nigeria can benefit from that wisdom in that expression. We come from many different backgrounds, but we have indeed become one people. And a true demonstration of that evolution is linked to Ayodele Adebanjo. I can't even begin to count how many times I was present in this very room, attending one committee meeting or the other, battling with the issues of national unity. The work behind the scenes. When people see us before television screen, they don't know how much work goes into trying to build a platform of mutual understanding that is so necessary to develop a larger platform of national unity and understanding. That's where men of the caliber of Adebanjo are absolutely indispensable to the progress and development and future of a country like Nigeria. Small, secret one, he be seriously missed by Nigeria. I learned a great deal from him. I'm sure most members of the press may not be surprised to see what Ofonagoro at Adebanjo's house, discussing issues of national unity. This is how we have always been. We don't wear our political affiliations on our sleeves. We compare notes, we study and understand the problems and directions and needs of every part of Nigeria. We come together and try and build a platform that accommodates all. That is what Chief Ayodele Adebanjo stood for. That's what all of us stand for. It's a great loss to all of us. We're coming here on an occasion like this to talk about a man whose services are still needed by this country. I recall so many meetings we attended together. On one occasion, we went to Liberty Stadium in Ibadan. We held a rally. The Southern Nigeria People's Assembly, the Southern Division. I was there. I don't know if your father was there with us. The last outing we had was in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State. I was there. You were there. We held these consultations on a regular basis. But I'm one of the younger members of that group. Mine was to follow around and sit down and put things into writing. I learned a great deal from the wisdom of stature of your father. We owe him a great deal. An enormous debt of thanks for showing us the way through which a nation of many can be molded into a united, strong, and indivisible Nigeria. We hope to continue to build on what we learned from him and leaders of his caliber. That is precisely why we are here. And when I was invited by Chief Sir Odo, to be with the former Vice President of Nigeria, a man of unimpeachable integrity, who would rather walk away from an absurd position that compromises integrity. He come and accompany me to this honorary visit. I felt deeply and highly honored to be one of those who came with the delegation. Please accept our deepest condolence and also Father. Truly, truly great man. And for those who may not know me too well, since 1972, I have been a professor of history. That year, I was appointed professor in charge of history majors, the School of General Studies, Columbia University, and the School of the City of New York. Also taught at Brooklyn City and Queens Colleges of the University of New York, as well as New York University. So I've built up more than 40 years of background, international background in academics. But I don't say much about myself. You discover in that person. Thank you very much.
One of our leaders, Admiral Alice Imade, former Governor of Imo State, former Governor Anambra State, former Chief of Naval Staff, Nigerian Navy, the same freelance.
Ochaya Rochina, the family of Ayodele Adebanjo. Let me start by condoling you for a loss, assuring you that this loss is not just yours. It is a loss to all of us and to Nigeria, because we've lost one of those titans. Ayo was a bridge builder. When people say they've come here so many times and he's been out there so many times, he wasn't talking about how to be rich. He was talking about how it will be well for Nigeria. He was interested in the well-being of this country. He believed in justice. He believed in fair play. He believed in equity. That is why Nigerians who understand his value miss him so dearly and so deeply. I was honored when Chief Deputy Okiwe, who was my colleague in military, told me he was going to pay condolence visit. Asked me to accompany him. That's why we are here. And we are all elected to be paying this last respect to the man we so severely revere. I stood with the family. Condolences. Heartfelt condolences. I will pray that the soul of Mark Adebanjo will rest in perfect peace.
Thank you, sir. It's time now for the big masquerade. But before I hand over the microphone to him, Ayodele, you can bear me witness. when they were comparing pleasantry, a truth, how long he has fought. He used to be beside him was Femi Okurumu. After Femi Okurumu was Shonibare. After Shonibare was Yinka Odumaki. And now age has caught up first with him while he is coming along. It pained him grievously when the news of the passing. I keep referring to Emmanuel Adori. When he saw Ochara's face in that bedroom, his legs were now failing him. He told Ochara, "Why is your face like that? I'm not going anywhere. My father died at the age of 97. I will outlive my father." But behold, God knows best. So I will give the microphone to Ochaya Ochemba, first Chief of General Staff in Nigeria, former Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, former Governor, in no particular way, old Niger State, and the Governor handed over to the civilian government led by Jakonde in Nigeria. Ochara, please.
You can sit. I want to thank the distinguished members of this celebration for making themselves available. When we will be to express my feeling of sadness due to the loss of Chief I have known Chief Ayodele Adebanjo. He has been a very, very close friend and sympathizer in every way. In what he believes, I believe. I want to thank his family for what he has contributed to this nation. Chief Ayodele Adebanjo, I will still use present tense to describe it. He was a man of God. In one of my visits to India, he pointed to me that he has just built a church in Kenya. And he wanted me to accompany him in the commission. I went with him to his village, to the church. I was able to meet with his fellow villagers. Thanksgiving in the celebration of the commissioning of the church. Ayodele Adebanjo stands in the path of truth. And he tells it, even if it's not true. He says it's true. And he told me it is similar with mine that made him come closer to me. When Isuka University gave me a doctorate, he was there. In Isuka. He stood by me and never failed to confirm the similarity in habit and the value system in me. I am paying the loss, but I am even happier that it did not go into nothing. I still fail in anything that is honest. I never worry so much. His mind is his mind. I will tell the family to remember that he has left something for them. To leave for a family a name that they can enter anywhere and mention, I am the son of Chief Ayodele Adebanjo. And you see the reaction in his face. I know the reaction in his face. He has done his bit. The rest is left to him. I mourn him, and I will rejoice with his story. He marches on. Where I believe it's already there.
Amen.
Sorry, before, is the condolence register here or outside? Outside. Huh? Okay, he has to go outside.
No, we can do
Please,
it.
just a few of them
I should
outside. That would be good if we do that. Thank you.
This is one man that we describe many times, but particularly this visit for me symbolizes what is one of the things you stood for, which is a united Nigeria. What more can you tell us?
Well, listen, first I am humbled by this visit in the company of the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The work Ayodele Adebanjo and the special efforts in bringing people together. The old cliche, some people call it the handshake across the Niger, but it extended way beyond the Niger. It was for product Nigeria. The diversity as our strength and true opportunity. We're thankful to God for giving him to us and having served us as long as he did. In fact, he kept serving until the very end. And that's what all the key people who are here today, the majority of whom, yes, are strong Igbo leaders in the Southeast, and more people. We, who were a bit younger, benefited from the work. We, the business community of Lagos State, when Mr. President was governor of this Lagos State, worked hard to give him support, both in his election and re-election. The truth of the matter is that the Southwest and the Southeast have got to forge strongly ahead, more than ever before. And I'm talking about a continuation of the work they started and they've done till the end. Because when you look at where we are today, the decisions and the policies are tough, yes, but we're must-dos. And we can see the stabilization of Nigeria now coming on. And the Southeast, and this is what's going on. This is not the first delegation here on candidates that is strongly Igbo, strong Igbo leadership. They've been coming, we're aware. But it is signaling something important. That the Southeast, my sense of it, is realigning to support what Mr. President is doing. We need it. Yes, I've always said, could there have been any better preparation before the fuel subsidy was removed? Maybe, but if you telegraph it, people who want to stop it will get ahead of you and disrupt it. So we had to swallow that pill. But the results and the dividends are clear. States have more money now, local governments have more money, more than 3 times bumper, to focus on empowerment of our people and the development of the economy of the states of Nigeria. So we have to give him credit. I make that point because that's building Nigeria as a project was what he fought for. We have a responsibility to push forward and ensure that the agenda of President Bola Tinubu succeeds. It's good for all Nigerians. Your name, sir?
Good evening, gentlemen. There are no ladies here, so I'll say gentlemen. And welcome to our home. Apologies, I was doing a few of the funeral running around us back on my kingdom. On behalf of my mother, the chief mourner, Chief Mrs. Christiana Ayodele Adebanjo, who, as you all know, is also moving along quite well in age. She's 95 next month. So she would not be able to join us for all the hectic parts of the initial planning. So on her behalf, and on behalf of my siblings as well, I want to thank you all for taking time out from various parts of Nigeria to come and condole with us here today. Thank you very much, sirs. We appreciate your time, your effort, and most of all for showing Daddy your unflinching love in life and in death. And there is nothing more than, in Yoruba land they'll say that, Ashoju shame, meaning that in the person's presence and behind the person as well, you remain constant in your support and love for a better Nigeria, and of course for the man, Ayodele Adebanjo himself. So on that note, I want to thank you very much once again, and I wish you journey mercies back to your various destinations, and hopefully by God's grace you will be joining us for the final ceremony for his send forth. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Chief Walter Fenago was just asking me about whether he's been buried or not. So it's coming up on the 29th of April, 30th of April, excuse me, where we're going to have the Lagos edition of the tributes and service of songs. The first, his body will move to the hometown village in Isoyan-Ogbo, Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State. The 2nd of May will be Christian waykeeping, also in his village, Isoyan-Ogbo in Ogun State. On the 3rd is a Saturday of May. We'll also have the final burial, also in Ogun State. On Sunday, we will have the Thanksgiving. So everything starts on the 30th of April, and we would like your representation, especially at the Night of Tributes. It's being organized by Afeni Ferry. They're usually here with us every single day. Only one member is here. I think, has Nika left? Right? They always sit here. Chief is always here to receive our guests with us. I think they got the timing right, because from this weekend, we started to receive guests only on Saturdays and Sundays. So we'll give you more details on this, and the venue of the Lagos event is at the Hotel. And as we go along, I think the committee will liaise with you to see who will be representing your group in whether it's video recording or a live presentation of whatever tribute that you have for him. Okay? Thank you very much. And again, one more thing. I must pay my due respect and love to Chief Raymond Ihembe. Him and I, we go back 25 years of bonded banking. When I was in Deutsche Bank, I was servicing him while he was in Africa. He said something. He said, "Why didn't you tell me you were Chief's daughter?" I said, "What? My daddy didn't raise us to be like that." You know, he wanted us to go out and be who we are. But of course, where I need to drop his name, I do. Thank you very much.